hello. What's going on, everybody? Hey. Let's get into some things. Ooh. Chow, I know I'm not trying to get a cold up in here. Listen, if you're a returning subscriber, then you know how this thing goes. If you're a new subscriber, welcome and hello. I'm about to kick this soundboard on. Hopefully it doesn't kick me out of sync. Oh God, here we go. Ooh, we here. It's been a couple of days since I've been on here, child. Sometimes you gotta take that self-care. You gotta take that moment, honey, and you gotta get away. You gotta get out, and you gotta relax. Okay. So sometimes you got to do that. But listen, shout out to everybody. Shout out to my friends over there on Facebook. I decided to split the stream. And shout out to the people here on YouTube. All right. We're going to talk about Love and Hip Hop today. New York. It's in its 10th season. And child, they done brought the originals back. Yes, God, they did. They brought the originals back. Now, I don't know if you guys are keeping up with it this season, or are we watching Love and Hip Hop? Drop some bells and bombs in the comments if we're watching Love and Hip Hop. I'm telling you this, I'm here for it as long as it stays real and it doesn't turn fake. I feel like it might stay real because Chrissy is back in the picture. You know, Chrissy Lampkin don't play no games. And so, but before we get into all of that, girl, look at the cover art for the franchise, for this franchise. So you already know what this is giving. The queen of the franchise. I could already tell from episode 1 though, who this was surrounding, what this was going to be about, who were the leading players. So it's a Yandy versus Chrissy season with a sprinkle of Kimbella as a flip-flopper. You know what I mean? Kimbella's playing both sides. But it's really Yandy versus Chrissy. And the reason why Yandy is the leading girl is because she stayed on there for the last 10 years. You know, Chrissy had the dip because she didn't like Mona. She didn't like how she was being portrayed. So, girl, but she came back because that check got right. You know, Mona's like, you know, we bringing everybody back. We bringing her back. Then it brought Jocelyn back to Miami. So I think this era of Love and Hip Hop is going to be good. Now, let's get into this episode, or we really not gonna do like a breakdown by the episode because I don't really like to do that. I like to talk about the characters and I like to discuss if they're trash, if they're garbage, how I personally feel about the characters. I mean, y'all can go watch the episode for yourselves. I'm not gonna do a breakdown of when they walked in and da. No, we're gonna talk about the characters that's on this show. All right. So let's get into it. The first person we're gonna talk about is Chrissy. Now listen, I don't know about you guys. I don't know if you guys know the history of Chrissy, but you know, I didn't like Chrissy. I did not like her at first when she first was on the show with Jim Jones. You know, Chrissy is the girlfriend. I don't know if they married, wife, girlfriend, whatever, to Jim Jones. Now, Chrissy, she don't play no game. She is the one who beat up Kimbella. Like, her and Yandy they don't get along. I like Chrissy. Chrissy is like, she's a dark-skinned girl, but she's like very fashion and like she gives you a good shoe and she don't take no BS. You know what I mean? And you don't play with her man. You don't play with her relationship. You just don't play with her personal life. She's not going for it. She don't have time. And, you know, she will check you. She'll check Mona. She'll check anybody. And she demands to be respected. So one thing I liked about Chrissy though, is she came in and first of all, let's just talk about her and Jim Jones. First of all, I had no idea that she was living in Miami and he was living in New York or New Jersey, and she had been doing that for years. Now, I don't understand how that worked or how they do that, but so apparently they still in a relationship. I don't think that they married, but she's been living in Miami because they needed a break, and he's been living in Jersey, I guess, and not paying the bills. But we'll get into how, you know, Mona did them dirty and set this whole thing up about that. So anyway, so she comes back to move back in the house for filming and things like that, and they seem like their relationship is going pretty well. Now, what I think is very, very interesting is that she was coming back. Chrissy seems like she's coming back to be, a good person. She's turning over a new leaf. She has a new business coming. She wants to become friends with Kimbella, and I'm here for it. You know what I mean? And I'm here for the Kimbella and Chrissy relationship. It takes a very humble person to come and say, you know what, I handled something wrong. I apologize. Can we be better? Can we be cool? And they did that. However, her relationship with Jim Jones, I'm really not that. I don't understand how that works. I don't understand how your nigga ain't been paying his bills since 2010, and it got sold on the auction for $100, and you didn't know this. However, you're a real estate investor and you take people's money to invest in properties in real estate. And girl, you think I'm going to give you any of my money? Absolutely not. Girl, you're tripping. Stupid. There's no way in hell that you can tell me that you gonna know what to do with my money, but you don't even know what to do with your nigga money. And let's not play games, Chrissy. Let's not pretend like you don't have a whole place in Miami that he's paying for. So Yandy did have one thing right in her shade, which we'll get to, was the fact that maybe you got Jim paying way too much money on you and not enough on the responsibilities of his home. Maybe he buying you all these purses and bags and condos and affording your lifestyle is the reason why that the house got sold in a foreclosed auction. I don't know, but I wouldn't be trusting no investor like you because you don't even give your man the proper guidance. And even if you didn't know, you should have known. But if you ask me, I think that she knew she was going to have to take this L on TV. They kind of used it partially for the storyline. And so he let her take the full fall. I mean, he let her use him for the full blame. When in all actuality, they probably was in on it together, and she probably knew, because when she was talking to him about, basically, the house and the bills and not paying the shit, she wasn't that mad. She was acting like she was upset, but you can tell by her energy, she didn't seem like a bitch that really was, really, really bothered by it. So, Chrissy, you're not about to play me. You knew he wasn't paying them bills. So stop that. I like you, but let's keep it real. You knew he wasn't paying no bills. And don't get up on TV talking about you a real estate investor. And Mona was dead wrong for that. They made you come up on this show. They had her sitting up there talking about her, her new life. She turned over new leaves. And then the whole time they got Yandy throwing shade about, Chrissy, Jim buying Chrissy, misusing his money. They got Chrissy talking about she doing real estate. They got Chrissy talking about she's the $1 million lady business. And then all that to come full circle and say that they lost the house and got to move. They talked all the way around it. They talked all the way up until the point. Like, they talked about, like, it was literally about Chrissy, finances, Jim Jones, the beef with her and Yandy, about Yandy getting involved in their finances and Yandy saying that Jim mismanages the money. And then boom, on the blogs, they lose in the plays. Well, I still think that Chrissy is the queen of the franchise. I think that her and Yandy are going to be beefing because, Yandy wants to be the queen of the franchise. Now, speaking of Yandy, let's get into Yandy. I don't like Yandy. I used to like Yandy. I'm not into Yandy at all. Is anybody team Yandy? Yandy to me is a liar. And let me tell you why I don't like Yandy. You know why I don't like Yandy? Because Yandy to me, she just did not want to admit that she didn't want to be the help. And what I don't like is, girl, play your role. A lot of people don't understand their roles. If you are a manager and you are like, that's your role. You're not the celebrity. You're not the star. I don't like Yandy because she wants to be the star. She doesn't want to be the manager. She doesn't want to be behind the scenes. Yandy wants to be in front of the scenes. And that was the issue that Chrissy had with Yandy from the very beginning, because Yandy would overstep her boundaries and try to be more than just the manager. And then it all came to the light because apparently Yandy felt some type of way about it, because last night Yandy basically was saying, well, they don't want me to grow. I can't stand when motherfuckers always be like, oh, they don't want me to grow. They just want me to be in the same place. They want me to be the same girl. Because Chrissy even went to Yandy like a woman and was like, you know what, like, let's talk, like, let's get into some things and let's be cool. Yandy was very standoffish. Yandy feels very much like she has something to prove. You could tell every time Chrissy has an opening solo scene, then Yandy has a direct solo scene right after. So you know that these are going to be the two women that we're watching all season. Like, these are the two key players. Chrissy has a scene, then Yandy has a scene. Chrissy has a scene, then Yandy got a big stupid scene with big stupid hair. You know what I mean? So you could tell that Yandy was like, no, she's not going to outdo me. I'm a star now. I'm the leading lady. I've been on this franchise. You could tell Yandy is wanting to like kind of push her weight around. But I mean, I guess she's been on here, but I really don't like her because I don't like those people that try to play like they're a team player. I don't like those people that try to pretend like they're for, the betterment of the team. In reality, they want to be in front of the camera. Yandy is not. I would never want to work with Yandy. I would never want Yandy to work for me because Yandy is the type of person that does, she competes with her clients. You know what I mean? Like, you see those publicists and managers, they're all out, like they're supposed to be promoting you, but they're on Instagram promoting the damn self. They got on their Balenciagas and they Louis Vuitton and they're the celebrity. It's like, no, nigga, we on the red carpet, let me go and then you be following behind me, make sure everything is good. Why are you taking pictures? That's Yandy. That's why I don't like her. I don't know if you guys remember that show, Hollywood Squares, Ice Cube show. It used to be on, what was it? BET, VH1, one of them shows, one of them stations. But I remember, this is when I realized I did not like Yandy. What's the girl, the chicken noodle soup girl? You remember the chicken noodle soup? Okay, Yandy was Bianca. Yandy was supposed to be managing Bianca, right? And as a manager, I mean, in my mind, you get people book places, you give them opportunities, it's like client, product placement. You place your artist or your client in places so they can get promotion and stuff. So I remember I'm watching Hollywood Squares and I see Yandy in the square. And Bianca is in the goddamn audience. Yandy? I'm trying to figure out if this is your client, why are you in the square and she's in the audience? That's when I realized I didn't like Yandy. Stupid. No, like for real. That's when I was like, girl, Yandy just want to be famous. She just want to be an opportunity. It's like, girl, she want all the attention. So this is gonna be a interesting season. But yeah, so that's when I realized I didn't really like her like that because I'm like, girl, she is a horrible manager. She really just wants to be the celebrity. So anywho, Yandy's being very, 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 very messy. She's already being very confrontational. I don't even really like how she tries to do Kimbella, but we'll get into that a little bit later. Now let's get into Kimbella. Let me see, y'all. Let me see, because I gotta go up. Okay, so Kimbella right here. Okay, love Kimbella. Let me tell you something. Kimbella actually looks good. However, she looked better back in the day when she used to get beat up, and it's not even the weight. Not when she used to get beat up, but you know what I mean, when she got beat up by Chrissy and Erica Mena. But I like Kimbella. I like Kimbella because I do think Kimbella is very voluptuous. She's very sexy. And it takes a big, strong person. It takes a strong woman and a person in any instance to say, you know what, I accept your apology without being messy and without, twisting the apology and being a stupid. We know a lot of those. Some stupid out there don't know how to take apologies. However, she can receive an apology and move on. And that's what I liked about Kimbella. And I have a note here about Kimbella. Oh, she's open-minded. I wrote some notes down. Kimbella is very open-minded. And I really do think that Kimbella and Chrissy should get along because their men are like brothers. So they need to work it out. However, one thing I'm not going to let Kimbella get away with, and I'm going to see how this goes through the season. Those wigs are not going to work for me. I don't know what these women do and get on TV and get these, I don't know if they're synthetic wigs or they're just heavily reused, heavily recycled. Girl, I think between Kimbella and Cynthia Bailey, Those two women, for me, probably have the worst wigs on TV. No shade. But I think Cynthia Bailey's are worse. I can't stand a Cynthia Bailey wig. All right. Anyway, Kimbella is great though. You know what I mean? But the wig wasn't doing it for me last night. The wig wasn't doing it for me at all. However, I do like Kimbella, and I do feel like Kimbella is at a point right now that she is willing to stand up for herself. And I think Kimbella is very fly, very sexy, and I'm excited for her, and I'm actually excited to see, what she does with the season. And she's a leading girl. Like, she really came back, and she made it pop. Like, she's in the promo image. So that's dope. I'm kind of going through these kind of quick because then we're going to take some calls and then get into some things. Who else? Then we got Joe Budden. Let me tell you something about Joe Budden, okay? Joe Budden, let me tell you something, Joe. Joe Budden is complete trash. I'll tell you this. Joe Budden is trash, but Joe Budden is trash in a good way. Here's the thing. I love Joe. I like Joe. And there's something attractive about Joe, but at the same time, it's like, I would never want to date Joe Budden. I would never talk to Joe Budden because I would end up killing Joe because Joe is literally trash. Now, I have seen myself and Joe at times in some relationships. I'm not going to hold you. However, Joe is trash. Joe sat up there and was arguing with Sin Santana and gonna try to make it seem like he was not cheating on her, like she was the problem, like she was crazy. She seen some things in my phone and she didn't feel like she could have an adult conversation, so she just up and left. Well, nigga, she shouldn't have been able to see something in your phone to misinterpret it. Like, Joe doesn't like to take an L. And this was the issue that, Nicki Minaj had. I know we always have to bring Nicki in it somehow, but this is why the issue that Nicki Minaj had with Joe Budden, they're over at Queen Radio. Like, he doesn't like to take responsibility for the things that he does to offend or hurt people. And Joe Budden, you cannot do this to the mother of your child. Like, you don't have to be such a tool. There was even a time in the show where Baby Legs, which is one of the cutest babies in the world, Sin was talking to him, and Joe was in there with the baby, and she was like, "Do you hear me?" And he was like, "No, I wasn't listening. I was talking to my baby." Nigga, you heard me talking to you. Don't sit here and ignore me, stupid. I will slap you. Don't play with me. You know what I mean? Like, Joe tries it, but even Joe tries it on his podcast. He'd be talking to them fools like idiots. And then, he'll just be talking and then he'll cut them off. And I guess I do that too. But I mean, it is what it is. I guess I'm trash too. I mean, it wouldn't be the first time I've heard that. So I guess me and Joe are both trash. But I'm just saying, Joe's a narcissist. Joe's a tool and Joe is trash. But I still like Joe. But he plays it off like, girl, you know that you cheat on her. And you know that you were dead wrong. You know you were dead wrong. Like, why would you sit here and pretend like it was her fault and that she needed to come talk to you? She didn't have to come talk to you. You should have explained it to her. Joe is trash. Joe is trash. However, Sin Santana, here's the thing. I love Sin Santana. I know a lot of black women don't like Sin Santana. But listen, she's got a dose of her own medicine. She said what she said, and then not for nothing. I know a lot of people might feel some type of way about this, but you cannot be mad at her about her truth. However, she shouldn't have said what she said because we live in a climate where people are very sensitive. So even if you feel that way, girl, you should have kept that to yourself. But anyway, we have let Sin Santana. I have since forgiven Sin Santana. We have moved on. In my mind, I've moved on from the whole, black women love Hispanic women comment. I know a lot of you guys have not. However, Sin Santana, she's only like 26, 27 years old. Joe's like 37, 38. Here's the thing. Sin Santana is a very beautiful girl. I think that she lacks self-esteem. But I think that's kind of reason why Joe is with her, because he knows that he can manipulate her easily. Like, if Sin really wanted to run circles around Joe, she really, really could. Like, she kind of, in my mind, lets herself go. Like, she really can be a bad and really drive Joe crazy and give Joe hell. She only got one kid. She's got a banging body. Like, she can snap back. She's a pretty girl. You know what I mean? Like, she can really go, like, pull, you know, I mean, not that she would, but I mean, she can go pull Drakes and Meek Mills and Migos, and she can go do that. Like, she can go be that girl. She can really go give this nigga hell if she wanted to. But she's so scared, and she loves him so much. She just does a little bit. And Joe knows that. But I feel like if he ever messes up again, she needs to make him know it. She really needs to make him know it, because she hasn't really made him feel it yet. Yeah. So if you guys haven't watched the show, watch the show so you guys can keep up with it. They got free clips and stuff. Okay, so here's the thing. When I used to do my reviews, I used to put the clips in the video to give you guys some context to what I was talking about. However, I can't do that anymore, because early on, way before anybody said that they put me on anywhere, just FYI, I was doing this, but they were going so viral that VH1 and Viacom, they just started flagging my videos every time I started doing them. So I would immediately get demonetized whenever I would use a small clip. So I can't even use clips no more, because I guess our reach is too large. So anyway, so yeah, and I think that, well, here was the thing with that. I see what you're saying, Kaz. She said they back together. Yes, I think they are back together, and I think that they fell out for the storyline. I mean, a little bit of it was a storyline, and I think they had to create some type of controversy, because when you sign on to this Love and Hip Hop stuff, a lot of these people sign on for like 5 years at a time. It's not just like one season and you're done. You sign a 5-year contract for most of it. And I think that it wasn't necessarily that Joe wanted to do it. I think he was giving Sin something to do at the time. You remember back then, he was like, his podcast was really taking off. He was really moving, and he was booked all the time. He was traveling. He really wasn't giving her a lot of sex. You know what I'm saying? And so she was getting bored. And so she needed something to do. So I think he signed on to the show again to give her something to do. However, him being on the road, him being, exclusively signed to Spotify, him becoming Joe Budden, him essentially getting his second win of stardom, I think he started to feel himself a little bit, and, he started sleeping with bitches. Okay. And so they had a little bit of a fallout. However, they love each other. And since I think that they're back together. I mean, hell, they were just watching the show together last night, which I thought was awkward as hell. Seeing that when I tell you they brought all the big dogs back, they even brought back Tahiri. Now, I don't know if y'all know who Tahiri is. Now, Tahiri was like in the first season, like she was with Joe Budden when Joe Budden was doing the drugs. Like, they even brought Tahiri back. Now, Erica Mena introduces Tahiri. Now, and if you know this franchise, Erica Mena and Sin Santana used to date as well. But anyway, Tahiri was Joe Budden's first girlfriend that we just knew, and we loved Tahiri, but he kept dogging her out, kept cheating on her. And then Joe Budden eventually proposed to her, and then she in Times Square, and she said no. She said she can't trust him right now. So come to find out, which this is what made me go look and see if they were still together or watching it, because I'm like, girl, this is starting to get teethful. I'm here for it. So messy Erica Mena, and we'll get to her in a second, was having a little party with Safari and invited Tahiri and invited Joe Budden. And Tahiri basically was like, yeah, her and Joe kind of talk, and Joe told her that he was going to propose to Sin Santana. First of all, now if I'm Sin Santana and I'm watching the replay. Now, here's the thing about Love and Hip Hop. People think that all this is scripted. It's scripted to a certain degree. However, on any given day, you don't really know how it's going to be edited and put out. So they don't know what everybody has said. A lot of this is the first time watching it, just like us. Now, they might get a heads up like, hey, you're on this episode, but you don't know what happened or how it was cut and clipped and edited. That's what you don't know. So if I'm sitting at home, Sin Santana and Joe Budden, and then we're watching Tahiri say that you communicate with him and you still talk to her, I'm like, wait a minute, you still talk to this hoe? Why are you still talking to her? And you don't need to tell nobody that you are proposing to me. Screw her. Some of you guys might be like, Armon, you're doing too much. They might be friends. They might be friends. Oh, believe you me, I don't think that they're just friends. Well, I think that they're just friends, and not because Tahiri. I think it's because Joe probably feels like, you know what, Sin is more attractive than Tahiri, but Tahiri lives in LA, Sin lives in New York. However, I think if Joe wanted Tahiri, he could get her, because at the party, girl, so Joe and Tahiri meet up they didn't meet up, but Messy Erica Mena set the whole situation up. And girl, so they're having a little, sidebar conversation. Sin Santana's not there. And all of a sudden, they're like, well, let's have a conversation, when it's a lot less busy, like it's not that many people. I wish I could pull this clip up for you guys. So Tahiri gives Joe Budden a hug. And I guess, no, because he said that she looked nice, and she said that he looked good too. And this is how girls play. This is what I can't stand about girls. So Tahiri, hold on, let me pull my, let me see. Hold on, girl. I was eating my lunch, girl. I got a little egg on me. They be trying to say I was doing nasty stuff. Let me get my stuff together, girl. Grab me some eggs on me. Hold on. These little tight, girl. These little tight. So look. So Tahiri goes like this on Joe. Girl, why would you scoot on that man? Why would you sit on that man like that? Oh, girl, since all my stuff want to come out, girl, get into these. You like these? Oh, I'm just giving y'all way too much body in here right now. I got to get it together. Okay. So why would she sit on him like this? Like she gonna go put her thing like that, like this, on between his legs? Why would you do that if you wasn't interested in him and you didn't like him? Oh my God. Like that's so nasty and so messy and just so like trifling. Like why would you do that? Women ain't shit. They be doing that stuff. You just gonna put your whole booty on that man like that. And if I'm Sin Santana watching it, and I'm like, okay, girl, you still talking to that man? You still talking to that man? You still talking to that girl? Like, I'll slap you. Like, you better be talking to her. Like, so I immediately went to Twitter and went to Instagram and seen like, what was the reaction on that? Like, what was the people saying? Like, how were they getting into that? Like, what was the team? Like, how did that go? So, but I guess they cool. I guess it's all good. So I'm here for this. I'm here for this tea, and I want to see Sin get turned up because, girl, she clearly is into your man. You better get her together.
Finish him.
Okay? You don't let her just come put her poon on your man like that. But I'm here for it. Listen, I'm here for this as long as it doesn't start to feel fake. All right, let's keep going. Chow, yes, let me tell you what I had. So the show was originally scheduled for 11:30, but I was like, I gotta go eat. So I went to the store. I got an English muffin. I like English muffins with bacon and like eggs with the yolk, like sunny side up. I like that. Well, not sunny side up, but like over easy. And so I usually eat it, and usually it gets more messier than this. Like I didn't even know that was there, but like when I bite, I like when the yolk just squirts all out. So however, I guess the yolk got on me, but I was just making sure it didn't get up here because I'm like, girl, I'm not changing this. I like this orange sweatshirt that I got. So yeah, that's what it was. It wasn't anything else. It was probably egg yolk that shot all over me, not anything white. Okay. All right, so let's get into some things. All right, so that's the Joe thing. I like Joe, and I'm here for that. All right, so, oh girl, let's talk about oh god, Erica Mena and Safari. First of all, Erica Mena has way too much work done at this point. She has been Botoxed to hell. And she don't even like, she was trying to cry on the scene. She don't even really cry. Her mouth like her mouth don't even fall right. Erica Mena, first of all, I'm not into Erica Mena. I'm not into Safari. These are two cornballs, and they finally on the show together. Can't stand Erica Mena. Can't stand Safari. Can't stand either. I don't like them. I just cannot stand them. I don't care about the storyline. I don't care about them. And I'm actually surprised to know that Erica Mena must make more money than Safari because she wants a prenup. I guess she said, shit, I seen all that press you did when Nicki Minaj left you. You went on the Wendy Williams show. You went here, you went there, you went everywhere saying that Nicki owed you money. Nigga, if we get married, I ain't gonna owe you shit. And then, not for nothing, that baby gonna be annoying than a motherfucker. Like, I probably would never babysit Erica Mena and Safari Child. Not a cold day in hell I would babysit that baby because I'd probably be whooping that child's ass all day long because that motherfucker would probably be just annoying, cry, scream, annoying, corny, cry, scream, corny, horny, cry, just stupid. Just a stupid baby. I hate to say that about kids, but I just feel like, oh, that kids will get on my nerve. Like, oh my God. And then I could just imagine the outfit that's going to be on that baby. Like, oh my God, the baby going to look so, but it might be one of the cutest kids. You know, you never know, but I'm sure Safari is going to cheese in. Oh my God. And I hope if it's a boy, oh, I feel sorry for that boy because is it a boy? I don't know. Y'all let me know in the comments, but I feel sorry for it because I mean, he don't have a chance. The corniness is going to be running through his veins. Oh, it's a girl. Okay, good. Maybe she might have a chance. But shit, the mom is just as much as the fool. Yeah, so however, I wanted to see if him and Rich Dollars was gonna get to a fight. Him and Rich Dollars didn't get to no fight, you know. Erica Mena and Rich Dollars. Rich is the king of the creep squad. Rich so ugly ass, but Rich still be pulling. He still be kicking. You know, Rich always finds some struggling artists to bring up that goes nowhere. That's not until next week. But anywho, Rich is the creep. However, Erica still can't stand Rich. She tried to congratulate them. She's over it. She don't like him. He's dead too much. And it just is what it is. Safari and Rich is cool. Although I would have much more so liked them to do a little bit more fighting and arguing. But not for nothing. Maybe Erica Mena is good for Safari. We haven't heard a lot of foolishness from him, and he seems to have settled down. So good luck with that. Good for them. And I guess we're gonna have to watch them be in a relationship. Oh, I could do without that. Oh God. Ugh, let this be their last season. Speaking of boring relationships, oh God, just shoot me already. Just freaking blow my brains out, please. Oh God. Talk about a snooze fest. Remy Ma and Papoose. First of all, I need Papoose to get under the hat. Over Remy Ma and Papoose. I'm over the black love. Slap her already. Something. Shit. Goodness grave. Who else is bored of Remy Ma and Papoose? I'm so over it. We get it. That's not Mendici. But so Remy Ma and Papoose is the same story, different year. They got a baby. Whoop-de stinking do. The only thing different is Remy Ma is feeling the pressure of this album because the damn record label already gave her the money up front, and it's been 2-3 years, and it's still no damn record. Her lazy ass took the money and ain't wrote a song. She's still banking on, I don't know what she banking on. Remy Ma, did she get online talking about, before I went to jail, I was at the top of the rap game. Girl, Remy, you don't want to rap. You don't want to do a damn thing. You keep talking, making it seem like this baby is slowing you down. Cardi B did it. Then she's talking, well, I'm not just no stripper girl that could just go dance in a thong. People come to me with bars. Well, girl, you got a lot less work to do. Just write them damn songs. You ain't doing nothing else. Have you ever seen Remy Ma anywhere booked doing anything? Right, that baby sitting right there. You can be writing songs, girl. This is no excuse. You got that money. How many years has it been since Remy Ma signed that deal? At least 3 years. Now, one thing too I want to address about Love and Hip Hop. Now, they was fucking me up because these timelines is all wrong. So apparently Remy Ma has been off of probation for 5 years. I'm like, wait, are you sure? I thought she didn't get home till 2016. But and I guess Mendices has been in jail for 5 years already. I'm like, girl, it's been 5 years already. I know. Apparently, it was just 4 years ago when Chrissy went to attack Yandy in Miami. I kind of feel like that was a long ass time ago too. But these timelines was throwing me the fuck off. I'm thinking, damn, time is just flying by. Goodness, where was I at? Remy Ma, you've been out. I mean, you've been out 5 years already. She have. The timelines was fucking me up. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not even gonna hold you on that. And so, but yeah, so apparently Remy Ma has been on probation for the last 5 years, but she off of probation. But I didn't realize Remy Ma was back until kind of late 2016. Then she won the Hip Hop Award in 2017 because that was the Cardi B era. And then we haven't heard from her since. That was only 3 years ago, but I don't know. Maybe Love and Hip Hop has a different timeline than me. So, I just know, and girl, don't try to play me. Like, girl, I know my life ain't went past me that quick, and I didn't know. Like, girl, where was I at? But anywho, so she's trying to put out this album, apparently, but she's taking her sweet damn time. This album is like a Trina album. This is never going to happen. And she feel like there's a lot of pressure. Yes, a lot of pressure because you talk a lot of shit. And girl, you don't really have songs. Like, you try to put out singles. People are not really checking for Remy Ma music like that. I know Fat Joe was there to gas her up, but we don't care about a Remy Ma track. I mean, we want to hear the music just to judge and laugh and kiki. However, but nothing else. We don't want to dance to it or do anything like that because we just want to see, are you really that bitch that you claim to be? And obviously you're not, because girl, you are not really about that live. What's taking you so long to put out some music? You have every single excuse in the book as to why you cannot put out any music. I'm not here for Remy Ma. I'm here for the album just so I can critique it. I'm going to come with an open mind because I like Remy Ma to a certain degree. But girl, we're going to need some more music. And we're going to need you to hurry up. You've already gotten paid. This is why you don't pay black people up front. They don't finish the damn job. Okay. Let's see. Oh God. Oh God. Oh God.
Finish him. Perfect.
I cannot stand Jonathan. I can't stand Jonathan. I cannot stand Jonathan. I cannot stand Jonathan. I cannot stand Jonathan. This is the sissy that gives us all a bad name. He's sitting up there supposed to, okay, so now here, let me give you this. This is what pissed me off about Jonathan. Usually I don't like her because every season she has like this big, loud meltdown blowout and she just starts, just shut up, bitch, shut up. But this is why I can't stand her now. So apparently he's really good friends with Chrissy, and we know he's the fart that comes out of Yandy's ass. But he's also trying to be back cool with Kimbella. And so here's the thing. But he's so biased towards Yandy, it's ridiculous. So Santana, Jonathan, Kimbella, and Yandy, they were all sitting at the table. This is like one of the last scenes. And Sin brings up the $100 auction of the home of Chrissy and Jim Jones's house. And then Yandy pulls it up and starts reading it and was like, this is around the time, because they were talking about Jim Jones not paying his bills and, he's mismanaging the money, things like that. So Yandy goes, this is around the time that I was trying to tell him to stop buying her all those bags. Like when I stopped working, basically, kicking them while they're down, saying, "Aha, I told you so. This is why, this is why you needed me." In so many words, because he didn't know how to manage his money because he kept spending all his money on you. And if he wasn't spending all his money on you, Chrissy, then you guys wouldn't have got your house sold in an auction for $100 because you haven't been paying your bills for the last 9 years. So Kimbella goes, Yandy, that's very, very messy for you to give all that. And then so Yandy goes, well, what? I'm just reading the blogs. And then Jonathan goes, oh, Kimbella, what is your relationship really like with Chrissy? Like, how close are you and her? And it's like, girl, you're supposed to be friends with Chrissy. You're supposed to be friends with Yandy. Why are you getting your sissy ass in the middle of this stirring the pot, girl? This is why people think the gays are just so sloppy and messy and trifling, because it's the queers like you that do way too much, you freaking queen. I can't stand Jonathan. Somebody slap her bad built body box-shaped ass. Okay? Can't stand her. That was so messy. Why you didn't have Chrissy back, girl? Why you didn't have Chrissy back, girl? You're tired. Like her. I don't like her. How you doing? I don't like her. A lot of girls I don't like. Yeah, now Sin did start the whole conversation. She was very messy. All right. So that was my wrap up on this. I'm into it. And you know what I'm also into as well right now? I know, don't get me wrong, they got some little nobody chick on there coming next week and they got fresher. But for the most part, I realized they, the budget went to the big stars. Like New York, they got heavy hitters. Like there's no awkward transgenders on there. There's no trannies on there that's on there for a come up. There's no, Mariah Lynch, Dream Dolls, a bunch of, thought trash bag rappers trying to make a name for themselves, sleeping with, DJ Self and Rich Dollars and this fool and that fool. It's not a bunch of BS. It's like the real people, the stable people. I even think that they're bringing Olivia back. Oh my God, that's going to be some tea. Yeah, I mean, they got Fresher on there and another trash box girl that we don't know. But for the most part, they don't have a lot of trash on there, a lot of fillers. You know what I mean? So I'm here for it. And so I'm here to see, what this season's going to give. And I'm going to try to talk about it as long as it still feels authentic. Okay. We got a couple calls. We'll take a couple calls. We don't want to make it too long. We'll take a couple calls and then we'll maybe do a Kiki live later. All right. Let's do it. 732-9277. You're live on the air.
Hello.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, Armon. This is Epiphany.
Hey, Epiphany. What's going on, Bo?
What's up? So, I'm going to touch on each topic. I'm going to be brief because I know you want to get out of here. All right. So first, I want to talk about Chrissy and Yandy.
Okay.
I've been watching the show since the beginning. So I always been a fan of Chrissy because Chrissy, I feel like she moves with logic. Yes. You know what I mean? Like sometimes she can't control her anger, but everything she says makes sense. If you look at it from her perspective. Yandy, she likes to talk about the fact that, oh, Chrissy didn't want me to shine. Chrissy didn't want me to shine. But Yandy's not looking at the bigger picture. You were overstepping your boundaries.
Yes.
And it wasn't even about the money. Like, if you remember, I think it was either on the first or second season, Yandy, Chrissy was trying to get married to Jim. That was like one of their storylines. And Yandy bought Chrissy a book, because Chrissy was having issues with Jim Jones' mom. And she bought her the book, like, How to Be a Good Daughter-in-Law or something like that, like throwing shade, like, stuff like that. Like, girl, how do you expect to have a good relationship with the person you're managing and you're literally throwing shade at his wife, like,
right,
or future wife to be? You know what I mean? So I never really liked Angie like that, but, she grew on me over the years, but then it was like, with the whole Kimbella situation, then I was like, yeah, I can't rock with Angie. She's doing the most.
Yeah.
Then, all right. So now I'm gonna move on to Jonathan.
Okay.
Jonathan, this is a clear example of how phony Jonathan is. When Kimbella came up to the table with Chrissy and Yandy, you know, Jonathan was like, "Oh, you look so good. You not wearing synthetic hair. Like, who does that to their friend on national television? Like, oh my gosh, he would have to get it right there. Like, what? You trying to come for me already? I didn't even sit down yet." Then once the argument started and she's walking away, it's like, "Oh, your outfit with the spandex, but you were just telling me my outfit was cute and that I look good." Like, that is just so fake and phony. I just can't even rock people like that. As far as Joe Budden goes, I love Joe. I feel like him and Sin Santana are not a good couple. Like, I feel like Sin is violent, pretty much. That's how I feel. I feel like if a man told me that he want to pay all my bills and let me do whatever I want to do, he going to give me, you know, I could go start my own businesses, do whatever, and just chill. That's what I'm going to do, period. You know what I mean? Even if he'll support me going on TV and doing what I got to do, that's all fine. I feel like Sin she's one of those people who can't focus on anything but her relationship when she's in a relationship. She can't have her own identity. Her identity is the relationship. If he's not giving her all this attention, then it's a problem. But Joe, he's not one of those people. He can have his own life and, you know, deal with you when
Joe is trash. Joe is a tool. Joe is misogynistic trash.
Yes,
I love Joe, but he's still a dick.
Yes, he is. He is. And, you know, it takes he got issues, and I don't feel like she's emotionally stable to deal with, you know, all his baggage that he got going on. Right. Or whatever. And as far as Tahiri goes, child. Why would she do that? Oh, my gosh. Just that conversation alone. How you see your ex after all these years, and the first thing y'all talk about is his relationship.
Right.
No, that's out. That
you asking is he single, right, and then the first thing you know, then you put your booty on his pee-pee.
Right, like come on.
No.
He was doing way too much, and no, and I hope Santana says something because no, she was definitely trying to drop some seeds, you know, for future storylines.
Right.
And then, one thing I want to mention too with Joe was the conversation that he had with Papoose. I really like that interaction because on this show, they don't show guys, you know, giving each other real advice. Because he basically said exactly what you said to Joe in his face. Like,
well, right, and then Joe didn't even receive it that well because then they kind of ended the clip with Joe talking about he didn't want to smack the black love hat off Papoose. Joe don't like to take criticism.
But it was just nice to see Papoose though tell him some real stuff. Even though Joe, he's just going to be Joe. Like, it's no changing. He's a narcissist. He really is. And you know, that pretty much wraps up what I have to say. But yeah, I just feel like, you know, it's going to be a lit season with all the old comers. And I can't wait to see Jocelyn.
Oh, I can't wait to see Jocelyn either because that's going to be a Tifo season in Miami. But I think they got a lot of trash rappers, a lot of, you know, that season to me is going to be like a lot. But I guess they have to bring a lot of people on there that Jocelyn can go off on and check and argue with. I really want to see Jocelyn and Trina get into it. That's what I really want to get into. But I don't even think that they will even film together. Because
Jocelyn don't care who has what name. She don't care who has what name. You know how they like to say Trina runs Miami. Jocelyn's going to be the one to be like, listen.
Yeah, she is. That's a whole other show in itself. But thank you so much, caller.
Mm-hmm.
Bye.
No problem. Bye-bye.
Okay, let's do 901-9852. You're live on the air. Hello? Okay, not ready. 310-6647. You're live on the air.
Hey, Armon.
Hey, what's going on?
I really want to watch this season because I think it's gonna be good.
Me too.
Because of Jim Jones and what's her name coming back. I just want to see if she really gonna humble herself.
Who?
And she did talk a lot of shit to Yandy.
You like Yandy?
Hello? No, I don't like Yandy. But the last when they were there 3 years ago, Jim Jones and his girl, Chrissy,
Yeah.
she did talk a lot of shit to Yandy.
Yeah.
So I want to know, since she said Yandy wasn't going to be nothing and that this show wasn't going to make it without her, I want to know if she really going to humble herself.
Well, to be honest
because
with you,
the show went on.
The show went on, but the show did not make it without her. If you really think about it, the reason why people are back to New York, this is why Mona had to go and humble herself and go apologize and, make sure that check was right, because they needed Chrissy and them back. Think about it. New York failed. That's when Atlanta took off. And then it kind of, Atlanta lost its steam when Jocelyn left. Let's be very clear. Yeah. New York was number one, but then Chrissy and them left. Jocelyn came right after that. That's what Mona had to do. Once Chrissy left, season 4 of the series, they added Jocelyn, and it was like, all right, we done forgot about New York. And then every time New York came on, they would do New York with. Now they started coupling New York with Miami. So a series is trash when they play them simultaneously. They don't ever do that with Atlanta. But now Atlanta's kind of falling off. So now they're going to try to make Miami happy, because Miami was complete garbage this last time. They just closed it out after 6 weeks.
I don't even watch Miami.
Well, now we will, because Miami. Jocelyn's there. Hollywood kind of stepped it up.
Jocelyn be too much for me.
Oh, Jocelyn do too much?
Be too much for me. She goes too big. I hope she don't go to jail this season.
Yes. Yeah, so I don't think so. Yeah, but to go back to your point, I don't think that Chrissy really needs to owe an apology, because it's more so like, girl, this is going to be the highest ratings probably for the series, because they got the Tahiris, the Olivias, the Jim Jones and Chrissy. That's why it's a Chrissy, Jim Jones, it's a Chrissy, Yandy, Kimbella showdown. So that's what's gonna make it good.
What I don't understand is, why did Kimbella just jump ship that quick? I would never be able to be a friend that a bitch just bopped me in my face like that. I don't care if it was 3 years ago, 2 years ago. She literally beat the shit out that girl.
Yeah, she dog walked her. Yeah, she did.
For real. I could not be her friend. I'm sorry. I don't care how fake Yandy was. Me and this one, we ain't cool. And she just was back to normal with the girl and defending her and everything. And it's girl, So that just makes me look at Kimbella girl, I don't know what's up with you. I don't know if your hate for Yandy is that thick that you can take her back.
Right.
Because that's probably what it is. She was
Yandy's so fake. I don't like Yandy at all. I told you guys why I don't like Yandy. Yeah, Yandy don't want to play her role. Yandy wanted to be a star. Yandy didn't want to be a manager. She didn't want to be a team member. She wanted to be. Yeah. She wants the team.
Yeah.
So she's always on. It is what it is.
Yeah, she's always gonna be like that. And then Jonathan, I guess he's trying to show some loyalty this season. I'm thinking, because he usually goes here, goes there, depending on who's talking shit.
Right.
Who he's there with.
But they need somebody like me on there, so I can go pop her one time for the show. Go knock Jonathan, girl.
They do. I would love to see you on Love and Hip Hop.
Girl, let me tell you something. I would be getting into a fight. Let me tell you something. I'll probably end up knocking Jason Lee.
Jason Lee is,
because I be there told Jason Lee, girl,
we're gonna queen for the day.
No, because I have to tell Jason Lee, listen, we're gonna stop pretending like you breaking all these stories. I ain't ever heard a story that Jason Lee broke outside of the Jordan Woods. Outside of that, Jason Lee and Hollywood Unlocked ain't broke no damn stories, and they better stop that.
No,
trying to make it seem like Jason Lee just be spilling all his tea. Jason Lee do not be spilling nobody tea. You better stop that.
You can't break the story talking about media takeout posted. That's not breaking the story.
They be trying to make it seem like, he just be out here just spilling all kind of tea. Jason Lee do not be spilling no tea, baby, okay? But anyway, thank you. Thank you, caller.
But I want to say I love y'all.
I love you.
Expressions. I really do on this show. You be killing me with the face expressions when people be on the phone and they be talking that fuckery. You just be looking like this, please.
Thank you, caller.
Oh my God, you my number one YouTube blogger. No, I love you.
Thank you so much. Bye.
You too. Have a nice.
You too. Okay. All right, we're gonna take one more because you know these we're gonna wrap it. 813-6334. You're live on the air.
What up, Armon?
Hey, what's going on?
What's going on? I mean, I just want to basically just back up everything that you've been saying, let you know I always agree with you.
Okay.
Yandy, she annoys me too. Like you said, she wanted to be a star. She didn't want to be just a cast member. And I'm here for Kimbella finally standing on her feet because I didn't like her at first, but now I'm like, yeah, let's give her some try. She needs a few bucks. You know? Chrissy, but I'm excited for it. I haven't watched in years. I only watch your recap, so I'm going to actually watch now just because it seems like a lot of drama.
Yeah,
you know,
it's good.
Something that we need. Bring the old people back.
This is the one we're going to watch. We're going to watch this one.
Yes,
I'm going to watch this one. I'm going to hold
finally,
on.
Miami.
Yeah, I'm going to watch. I have to watch for Jocelyn. I love the Puerto Rican princess.
Yes, me too.
I'm coming for her shenanigans. Yes. So,
but you can see Tip is warming up for a storyline now.
Yes.
Tip's on all of the blogs, and so you know that's coming up.
Yes.
So I don't know. I'm here for it, but it got whack. You saw Mona Scott on Wendy, and Wendy was throwing all that shade.
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Because Mona Scott is full of shit too. She knows that she's messy and she exploits these people for a check.
Black power. Black excellence.
Black excellence. Black excellence.
Oh my God! But yes, I'm here for it. I just want to let you know that I love your show. You always pick up for us. You're the realest. And,
thank you.
You know.
Shout out.
You got this.
Thank you, Bill. Bye. All right, so we're gonna wrap that here. If you didn't get a chance to call in,
thank you for using Blog Talk Radio. Goodbye.
Make sure you guys save the number and call in another time. Listen, so we might do another live. I think I'm going to go immediately after this. We're going to do a members only live because we got to get into some things for 2020 members. I got to let you guys know some things are going to be changing. So I'm going to let you guys know all of those with the behind the scenes membership. We're going to get into some things. So I will see you there. Make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe. Shout out to my friends over on Facebook. We're going to end your live now. Make sure you guys follow me on Instagram and Twitter for all the latest updates. Thank you guys over there on Facebook. And then right here where we are, I love you all on YouTube. Thank you. And till next time, I'll see you soon.